um, you want to make your own language. I'm not talking about conlang type stuff, like that's really complicated where you make your own words and everything. This is a simple making your own alphabet. And to make, I mean, I'm mainly talking about making special alien or runes stuff alphabet, but you can use this just to make a normal font, like with your handwriting or just normal letters. So first, what I use either Calligrapher or Fontstruct. Those are both online sites that are free to use, so no need to pay. I mean, you can pay to have access to extra bits, and for example, Calligrapher, you can only have 75 characters, so you have to choose. I personally have a basic Latin template that I use every time almost. But sometimes I feel fancy pay for $8 for and make a bunch of font with a bunch of extra characters. Like one time I made one with Cyrillic support. It took me ages, but it was worth the $8. But anyway, Fontstruct and Calligrapher work completely differently. Calligrapher, you will download a PNG or PDF template and you will have to draw the character by hand. While Fontstruct, you have to make it pixel by pixel on the site. So both are good for different type of fonts. For example, Fontstruct, I prefer to use it for fonts that are pixel perfect or really digital and stuff. It makes the structure perfect and everything. While Calligrapher is better for flowy type of characters. Like, for example, if you want to have some Japanese vibe, like kanjis and stuff, where you can have really nice curves and the stroke change size and stuff. While Fontstruct is great for straight line, everything is perfect, really aligned. So choose whatever fit best for your project. For example, if you want something more technological, Fontstruct is going to be great for that, for computer team stuff, while Calligrapher will be better for fantasy runes and stuff like that. Now that you know what to use, you need to know how to make your letters. For me, when I make an alphabet, I always try to have 3 main points for a font. For example, for the Alamin font, first, the shape, they're all circles, but there are 3 main components. One stroke with a big triangle and a line, a little particle, and then 1 or 2 closed off little semicircle thingies. For the Gravenam font, it's a bunch of dots connected by straight lines, and for the symbols that are supposed to be caps, there's one of the dots has a hole in it. For the Viseran font, I mainly focused on the main shape, so big parallel lines, and then I added either right corners or simple curves. Everything is really samey, so I mean it's not like the Latin alphabet where every letter can be really different. When you look at an A and an O, it's completely different. Here I try to make things really samey but still distinct letter each. For this last font, it was really inspired by kanjis and stuff, with, like I said previously, strokes that start small and then go big, as if it was painted with a paintbrush and ink. I try to keep consistent with lines that crosses and a bit of little specks on the side, but you picked 3 main elements you want your letters to have, and try to use at least 2 on each letter. You don't have to have all the letter, have all 3 components, but if they have at least 2 of the components, it will look homogeneous. And for the letters, that's about it. For the numbers, it depends. Numbers can look really different from the letters, so I try to mix it up a little. Sometimes I try to keep, for Alamin, the numbers are just like letters, they are the same circles. For my other font, so I do something completely different. For the Gripsarnam, all the letters are straight lines, but the numbers are all circles to differentiate the two. So you can vary it up. Like, same for punctuation. You can keep the punctuation almost the same, or you can just not do them if you don't want to have those in your alphabet. For example, if you use calligraphy, you're limited in the number of punctuation, so you might skip that and use more important letters that, like, I don't know, a CCD or something. But yeah, that's the main thing. Keep your letter consistent, pick 3 main elements and try to stick to it. You may play with shape, where every letter is round and numbers are squares, or vice versa. I try to not make every font the same, so that's why sometimes I will take a font and make multiple versions of it to see how it gives a different feeling. For example, take an alphabet I made for fantasy with runes and try to make it look more technological with more straight lines. But you can go completely different routes. For example, recently I made a font that wasn't about letters, but was completely based on hex codes. So first I took matrix code numbers, where each number is a column of 4 pixels, and each number is a different combination of pixels. And then for the letters, they are basically A is 00, B is 01, and make the font like that. And you can play with stuff and make completely wildly different things like that. So I hope I made sense. It's like 2 in the morning. I didn't script stuff, I just recorded on the fly because of a blue sky comment. But I hope that helped.